guy, Al Capone, Al Capizzi. Oh boy, what's happening, man? Appreciate y'all tuning in to another edition of Memphis Rap History. And y'all saw the title. Y'all know what this is all about. We talking about lyrical rappers, complex rap styles, double entendres, wordplay, all of that good stuff. Why did Memphis choose not to go heavy into that style of rap? And we kind of had to go back into the history of hip hop. We kind of had to start there. And before I get too deep into what I'm about to say, we're going to kick this. I'm going to holler at all my people in the chat, but we got to kick off the intro. So if y'all don't mind, man, turn up with your guy, and we're going to kick the intro off a little something like this. Hey, it's Al Capone, Al Capizzi, oh boy. Yeah. Big Memphis, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Hey, man, say, man, it's your guy Al Capone, Al Capizzi. Oh, boy. And y'all know what it's all about. Like I said, we're going to talk about why Memphis rap didn't heavily go into the lyrical, the extra complex wordplay and double, just go hard with it. You know what I'm saying? Why it's like, of course, we do have those rappers here, but why didn't the scene just go strong with that, like the backpack rappers and, all of that. So like I said, we got to go back into the history of hip hop to see how we got to this place. And of course, I want y'all to chime in the comments. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell, man, because when I start posting more, I want y'all to know that I'm posting more. And that notification bell will let you know whenever you tune in to YouTube, man. Hey, man, Al Capizzi got a new one up, you know what I'm talking about? So make sure you hit the notification bell for any new content that I start dropping. And also, again, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Like they always say, hype me up, man. You know what I'm saying? Rock with your guy. And always leave a comment. Subscribe if you hadn't subscribed, but leave a comment so I can always talk to you. And I'm coming back to y'all in the chats because I know y'all got a lot to say when it comes to this subject and Memphis rap. And we're going to get there. And I want to hear what you got to say because I know you got something to say when it comes to this subject. And I'm going to come back and read the chats a little later. But let me go through. Let me cook a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me start brewing everything up. Let me cook a little bit. And then we'll get to the chats. And we'll see what y'all got to say about all of this. So basically, in the 80s, hip-hop was all about party, rap, and being who's the best MC. That's really what it kind of, in the 80s. At least by the time it made it to, the South and Memphis, being from Memphis, by the time we were paying attention to it, it was all about party rap and who's the best MC. That's pretty much where it was. And at that time, being the best MC was more braggadocious. Like being the best MC is really what it really is. But it wasn't a lot of double entendres and complex wordplay. Not at that time. Think about the rap style that, the way Run DMC rapped in, the way Curtis Blow rapped in, and, nobody wasn't doing no double entendre. You wasn't doing all that. It wasn't about, how complex the wordplay could be, but it was always about trying to out-rap the next rapper, but with that style of rap at the time. And that style of rap at the time, it was pretty normal rap, but you just was bragging about how hard how better of a MC you were. So, but it wasn't until I say it started slowly going into wordplay and double entendres when MCs like Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane and, of course, the great Rakim. When rappers like that, and it's others, I'm not naming everybody, you feel free to name some more MCs from back then that were real complex with their lyrical skills. But I could definitely say, like I said, from the Big Daddy Kanes and the Rakims, that's when it started becoming like, oh man, they not just rapping one line and they'll rap a line and a rhyme, then halfway in the rap or the line another. I mean, it was all, I'm trying to explain it, but I think if you into hip hop, you know what I'm talking about. The rhyme didn't always end at the last word. It started, the rhyme scheme started to change. The wordplay started to change. And all of these different complex ways to express your lyrics started to become a way to show that you the best MC. And at that point, I think a lot of people started, really trying to go into that direction. And most Memphis rappers during that time, pretty much emulated what was popular in hip hop. So, when it was a party era, of course, the party and, the regular best MC rappers like Run DMC, LL, a lot of Memphis rappers was kind of repping in that vibe and that style of rap. This was before we had a Memphis rap scene. It was just Memphis rappers in the city. And we were pretty much rocking with whatever was going on, in the hip-hop and popular hip-hop. So then conscious rap, of course, came at some point. And when conscious rap came, that became popular. We started having more conscious rappers in the city. So you had the MCs that were trying to be the best lyrical MCs, and then you had the conscious rappers that were trying to be more conscious. And of course, after the conscious rap, the next brand was what the media branded as gangster rap. So that became popular. Of course, now you got even more rap styles in the city. You got your party rap, you got your best MCs who rap, you got your conscious rappers, now you got your gangster rappers. Of course, we call it reality rap, but, the media kind of dubbed it as gangster rap. So, hey, that's what it is. So, and, again, Memphis always had diverse rappers during this time from all styles. Like I said, from conscious rap to party rap to gangster rap and whatever other style that I'm not naming right now. You had all of that going on in the city. But think about this. The Memphis rap scene was born, not the Memphis rappers. Memphis rappers was always a part of hip hop before the Memphis rap scene. I was a part of the Memphis rappers before it was the Memphis rap scene, and hip hop always evolved. I don't know if it was like within a certain amount of years, but it went from this to this, and it always kind of evolved. And as rap evolved, as people that love rap, especially rappers and people that beatbox and all that stuff, when you love it, you kind of go with whatever is going on at the time. And, you kind of evolve with it. So when the Memphis rap scene was born, it was kind of born during the end of the conscious rap era and the beginning of the gangster rap era. That's when, and we talking late 80s, that's when the Memphis rap scene was starting to be born. It was during the end of the conscious rap scene and the beginning of the gangster rap scene. So, what if the Memphis rap scene was born, I'm talking about just a straight Memphis rap scene. What if it was born, during when conscious rap first started? Would we be a conscious rap, would we have just a whole Memphis rap, conscious rap scene? I don't know. But the scene was born during the end of conscious rap and the beginning of gangster rap. And remember, Memphis had a strong civil rights movement, which brought Dr. King to Memphis, where he would later be assassinated. So you would think conscious rap would still be huge in Memphis because, it was all about, black power and political, fighting the power and all that. That was just on the streets of Memphis when we were kids. That I guess you could say when our parents, my parents, during that era, you would think it was a conscious rap scene that would be stronger because Memphis did play a huge part in what was going on politically when it comes to the black culture in America. And like I said, as we all know, unfortunately, Dr. King ended up but was assassinated here, which should have gave us even a stronger conscious scene. So why didn't that happen? Let's see. Even though we still had conscious and party rap, gangster rap became more popular in Memphis because this was during the crack era. Y'all feeling where I'm going with this? Even though we had a civil rights movement and all that stuff was going on, by the time the Memphis rap scene just started really, the scene and sound, when it started really becoming what it became, it was during the crack era. And it was all, and keep in mind, Memphis always had a pimp scene. When you break down the words MEMPHIS, Memphis always had a pimp scene before the crack era. So that was always on the streets of Memphis in the first place. So because Memphis, like most black communities in America, had a very high poverty rate, making money was always looked at as the way to be better in life. So it was all about, we struggling, we having a hard time, we got to make some money. Point blank, period. We got to make some money. We got to get some money. And, and through that, street hustling was considered the easiest and more attainable way to get money. Sad but true, but it's the truth. It was all about how you get some money fast and what's the easiest way to get some money and what's the most attainable way to get some money if you lived in the hood, if you lived in the projects. And growing up in the hood, in the projects, when you go outside, you see the dope boys getting money. You see the pimps getting money. That's who you saw getting money. You ain't really see doctors and lawyers and, certain people that were able to make good money. You didn't see those type of people when you came outside. You saw the dope boys. This is who was in your face, the dope boys and the pimps. And they was getting to the money. And they was cool. We got to add that part to it too, man. The way they dress, the way they talk, it was cool. It looked cool. It sound cool. Was it right for us to see it like that? That's up for debate with whoever is having the conversation. But that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So the backpack lyricists prided themselves. I'm talking about the lyrical, double entendres, the wordplay. The backpack lyricists prided themselves on who could come up with the most complex wordplay. But the everyday person, think about this, the everyday person on the streets, they didn't care about no deep, complex rap. They didn't care. And most rappers was not having commercial success being complex and lyrical. Unfortunately, that whether they say the industry designed it that way or not, the reality was most of the complex, deep lyrical rappers was not having commercial success, and the regular people on the streets did not give a damn about how lyrical you were. To them, they ain't understand. They just didn't understand what the hell you was talking about. So Memphis rappers pretty much developed a unique flow and a sound to rap growing up in the crack and pimp era, which related to the average everyday people more, and it complemented the dark horrorcore sound and pimp music samples. That's what I think the reason why that super complex lyrical style wasn't the big thing in Memphis. I can't speak for any other city, but I'm talking about Memphis. Memphis was like, okay, man, we got to talk about what we see going on and when we go outside our door, but we gonna do it in our own little way, and that's what resonated with the average everyday person, So, and that's what it was all about, trying to relate to the average everyday person. So, it just wasn't about the lyrical thing, how deep lyrical and how complex your lyrics were, and the average person did not care. And we trying to get to some money. So you rapping about what you see and what an average everyday person could relate to and understand. But I would say what Memphis did do was do it in a unique way. And it complemented that dark horrorcore sound that most of y'all love and those dope pimping samples that most of y'all love. That's kind of where it went. Now, we do still have complex lyrical rappers in Memphis. Don't get it twisted. We have those here. We got like Don Tripp. We got Iron Mike Coalition, my homie Trackman, and many, 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 many others that do have complex lyrical styles here in Memphis. Even though they're not the dominant rap style in Memphis, we do have that. Don't get it twisted. Plenty of them. Matter of fact, I need y'all to name some of the people that I did not name that are considered lyrical, complex rappers here in Memphis. Name some in the comments, because we need to let them. We need people to know that they exist. Like them Santa Claus and Eminem commercials. They do exist. They do exist. Yes, they exist. So name some of those complex lyrical rappers that's from Memphis and rep Memphis. And a lot of people will say 100%, and I'm going to have to agree that A-Ball and MJG are just as lyrical as popular lyrical rap artists. So we got to give, even though Ball and MJG ain't considered the lyrical miracle rappers, as they say, the backpack rappers, but when you listen to those lyrics and the styles and the way they, just as lyrical as the biggest considered lyrical rappers. So I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to get to the chats because I know y'all going crazy in the chats right now. Again, leave a comment. Leave a comment if you're not in the chat right now and this show is replayed. Make sure you leave a comment because I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. And a lot of times, let me grab this. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm still here. I'm still here. So, a lot of times, people don't give credit. Sometimes it's not about, the double entendres and the complex lyrical style. Sometimes it's about how dope your flow is, how dope your flow is, how unique your voice is. And a lot of times that resonates with the average everyday person more. Now, to people that love lyrical gymnastics, of course you're gonna love the people that that does that style way more. Matter of fact, you're gonna look at rappers that don't do that as simple rappers, but the average everyday person, they love that. They love the regular rap style, the dope voices, and the unique way to do it. I see Bow Before Jow sending a shout out to people like Too Short. Too Short is one of the most popular rappers when it comes to history of rap. Too Short, one of those popular rappers, and he speak the average everyday language that the average person can understand, and he's still very relevant to this day. So sometimes it's not about being the most lyrical. All right, man. So let me catch up with y'all because y'all is going crazy in the chats, and I appreciate the love. I appreciate y'all connecting with this. Again, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And when this video is done, when this live is done, it'll go where you can leave a comment. So make sure you leave a comment. 666 Soldier, man, said, what it do, my guy? Bible for Child, what's popping, man? Marcus Matthew, what's up, man? My guy, Dat, what's popping, my dog? What's happening with you, man? Let me see if I can catch up with some of you. Said their pen game was very lyrical in the beginning. Bible for Child said they were lyrical in the beginning. And Bible before Jowl, I see you shout out A-Ball and MJG, which I said towards the end. So I wasn't even looking at the comments, and you was already there. So you feel me. That's real talk. Man, we got to get A-Ball and MJG, they full props, man. Deep lyrics, complex styles, passion, everything that make an MC an MC. They are that, no question about it. Let me see, 666 said, mainly because if you were rapping like the East, in the South, they ain't missing. Hey, man, hey, you kind of got a little point right there, man. You kind of got a point. If you, for a lot of folks that kind of rap that style, and we talking about like the average everyday person. That's why I said in the when I was talking earlier, the average everyday person really didn't care about. Matter of fact, sometimes it went over their heads. That's kind of what lost. You'll lose a lot of average everyday listeners that's not deep into rap like people that love rap. A lot of times those lyrics just go over their head, and they ain't got time to think. They listening to the beat. They listening to the beat. They listening to the hook. And if your voice sound good and you talking regular talk, they happy as hell. So yeah, man, you right. I said you make a great point. I say it like that. Most definitely, man. Y'all, I'm glad I'm seeing that a lot of y'all are giving props to Ball and MJG, man. That's what's up. You said the 80s was MC in the place. MC in the place to be. And you get on the mic and you rock like me. Yep. That was early 80s like it was. You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Marcus Matthews said Rakim changed the game in 86 with Pay It Forward. That's real talk. Rakim started dropping, when Rakim started rapping that, flipping the script, with the rap style. And another thing, think about it when Rakim, by the time when Rakim hit the scene, most of the rappers rap with a lot of energy and high-pitched voices. Think about LL, think about Run, and, a lot of rappers but Rakim, along with Big Daddy Kane, they had more of that laid-back voice. And that was even a little different. But the lyrical styles that it came with definitely was, it was something new in hip-hop. And it changed the game. You said, you said you feel like Memphis was more street life oriented. Real talk. And I spoke on that. That is 100% true. KP, you said, what up, my dog? What's up, man? What's up with your homie? Let's see. You said it was like a rap version of blues. Man, I like what you said right there about before, Giles. It's like a rap version of the blues. And the blues was, lyrically, they just was simply talking about everyday life that the average everyday person could understand. And it is that's the good comparison. And for those that hadn't checked me out yet, I've been doing a lot of Memphis rap blending with the blues. If you hadn't heard it, man, go check out some of the couple of releases that I've done, where it's called the Blues Rap Main and Blues Rap Soul. Check those projects out where I'm blending blues and rap. And that was the whole point, man. Being from Memphis, the home of the blues, I wanted to rap that style. So check that out. Let's see. Again, Marcus, Rakim, y'all shouting out Rakim. I see that. In real life, what's up, man? OG Chevy, what it do? I see you out there. Keep rising to the top. Give it all you got. Give it all you got. Hey, when I saw your name, man, I couldn't help but go to Dougie Fresh, man. Keep rising but shout out to Keep Rising to the Top. You said, what's it? You said Player Fly, Ball and G, were Lyrical Monsters, and and Buck at the same time. Imagine hearing Fly on the song with Ball and G in their prime. Real talk. I feel you on that. Let's see. You said we still have aspects. We do. We do have lyrical rappers in this city. Don't get it twisted. They are here. And they hard too. They dope with their lyrics. They can go against the biggest lyrical rappers in America, in the world. They here in Memphis too. Don't get it twisted. You said y'all picked up gangster rap and took that more extreme with horrorcore. I'm about to give you props on that one. You know, it went from there to that. Go get the album, The Resurrection. Get that Resurrection album, man. The vinyl. Go to my website, akmemphis.com, and get you some of that good horrorcore Memphis rap, man, on vinyl. If just whether you got a vinyl player or not, man, go get that, man. akmemphis.com. He said Tila and Skinny Pimp is the pimping rap of Memphis. I feel that. Hey, Ball and MJG too. Ball and MJG too. Don't leave them out the pimp. Pimp in my own fucking rhyme. Pimp in my own fucking rhyme. Yes, I'm. Don't leave them out. Triznick, D Triznick, what's up, homie? You said Memphis was the best kind of lyrical. Yeah, we real unique. A lot of the rappers here are real unique, man. The style and it's all about the flow. You know, those flows are super unique. And yeah, the mixtapes started its own thing. Real talk. So you said the young generation removed the making easy money. I need a little clarity on what you mean by that, but I'm seeing what you're saying. But I need a little more clarity. Let's see. You said crunk, funk, skunk, drunk. Hey man, I'm gonna leave right there, man. So you said that what kept it simple. You just said crunk, funk, skunk, drunk, trunk, punk, blunt. Man, you crazy as hell, man. D Tristan, you a fool. Man, thank you. Hey, was it T Savio? Savio? I might be saying your name wrong, but man, appreciate that, man. That boiler room. I'm glad you went and checked the boiler room out. I appreciate that. There you go, Tristan. You crazy, man. Monkey funky. Man, you crazy, man. I was in there and then I lost my space. Okay, I caught it back. I caught back up. Right now I'm in the chats. Checking out what y'all got to say about this whole subject, man, about why the complex lyrical style didn't dominate the Memphis rap scene. If you're just tuning in, this is what this is all about. Why didn't the super complex double entendre wordplay lyrical style dominate the Memphis rap scene and sound? Let's see. Rock, just rock. What's up, man? What's going down? I'm sorry. I see your picture. What's up, shawty? You ain't no man. What's up with you? Bad Folk Jowl, you said the soundtrack. Hella Tunes, what's up, man? What's going down? You said the dark hardcore sound was my drug of choice. T Savio said the dark hardcore sound was his drug of choice. And hey, I'm glad you said that, because at the end of the day, as a consumer, you have a choice to like what you like. And everybody like what they like. I'm one of those people that like a lot of different styles, and I know I can appreciate a lot of different flavors and styles, and you know I'm one of those people. But it's some people only like one style, and that's their stuff. You know, some people only like South music, some people only like East Coast, some people only like West Coast. You know, and that's your choice. You have a right to like what you like. So I feel that. Hella Tune, you said Young Low, the General album. Yeah, Young Low. Young Low was one of those. Man, the man had his stuff was so high quality to me. Some of the best produced quality recordings, musically, real lyrics. Shout out to Young Low. Mr. Rod, you right. Thank you, D. Trisnick. Mr. Rod was another one of those guys. He always was one of those lyrical guys. So yeah, man, I'm glad you brought up Mr. Rod. Good, that was a good one. In real life, what's poppin'? I think I already shouted you out. Memphis KP said, facts, dope boys and pimps. These are the corporate people of our environment. And, and you're right. Is that a good thing? I can't say it's always a good thing. It was a way for us to get some money, but did it help or hurt? That's the question. That's the real question. Did it help or hurt? When you look at the prison system, I'm sure a lot of people say it hurt more than it helped. But the reality is the reality. The truth is the truth. That's what we saw, and it is what it is. They said Marcus Matthews. You said Memphis culture has always been unique to Memphis. Memphis always did its own thing out of just habit. Unknowingly started a style that would later become legendary. 100 done. D. Trisnick and the big shout out to Red Dog. So shout out to Red Dog. In real life, you said Mr. Ian had lyrics and was pimping music, and Young Velly had major lyrics. Man, thank you for pointing that out. Great points. About what you said, Short said himself that people like him rapping slow and simple, so he just kept doing it. You know what? Too Short probably, what we don't know is Too Short probably is a lyrical rapper, but he ain't gonna never let us hear it. Everybody like, no, they like the way I do it. I'm gonna give it to him just like that. But just imagine listening to if Too Short had some songs with all the complex rap lyrical style. Man, I would love to hear that. I would love to hear that, man. It'd just be different to hear. You know what I'm saying? So just imagine it. Let's see. You said a lot of young people don't know about Tila was a conscious rapper before real truth. Tila was a conscious rapper in the beginning. That's the truth. I'm glad you brought that up. You said a lot of rap West Coast was the same way, just rap about real life with relatable lyrics. Good comment about before y'all. Terrence Miller. Well, hold on. Damn, I lost you. Oh, Terrence Miller. You said I like Mac Daddy Jew. He had bars for days. Shout out to Mac Daddy Jew, coming from Terrence Miller. KP, appreciate the shout out. You said me, Ball G, MJG, Don Trip, Memphis Jet, Stephanie Dollar, Gangsta Pat, I think. Okay, you'll send some more. All right, say less. Triz Nick, you the one that first told me about Puppy Dog, right? And Puppy Dog, technically, he repped the Memphis sound and style, but he's not from Memphis. He's right outside of Memphis. I think right at Moscow, Tennessee. That's why when I was like when I think he said something about the Moscow gangster, I ain't know what, and then I realized, oh, he's from Moscow, Tennessee. Unless he was from Memphis first and moved to Moscow, Tennessee. But he was repping Moscow, but he was doing it in the Memphis style. I had to do a little research because I'm like, how in the hell I didn't know about Puppy Dog? But yeah, just and correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be. Yep. Now you back over. Yep, that part. Oh man, I see my guy, man. Oh man, what's up with you? Stan G is in the chat. What's happening with you, man? Me and Trek, man, got this cool interview we did with Stan G where we got a little deep. Not deep. Well, we got to know who the guy is outside of social media. The regular guy that. The normal person. We got to know who that guy was, and we're gonna be coming with that interview real soon. Check us out on Mainframe. Check out the Mainframe channel too. That's a channel with me and Trackman where we talk our talk. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Oh man, Lord Infamous. You said Balfour just said Lord Infamous was more lyrical rapper of 3-6, and he was deep. He had lyrics and he was deep. So yeah, shout out to Lord Infamous. But then now that y'all, because I see Triple Six Soldier talking about, he said K-Rock was my favorite flow from the city. The first verse on Be a Witness is crazy. Cause I'm glad y'all bringing up like Lord Infamous and people like K-Rock. I got to throw Skinny in there. We got to throw Koosta in there. There are a lot of rappers that was doing more of the tongue twisting flow. Now, that is a form of lyricism. Like I said, in the early days of rap, it was like I get on the mic and I rap my rap, you know, and we gonna do it just like that. But Memphis, even though it wasn't all about the double entendre stuff, but the tongue twisters and the way the flow went one way and it went this way, that is a form of lyricism, in my opinion. I feel strongly that even though it's not the backpack rap style, it's still a form of lyricism. Because to be able to rap that way and then switch it up and then, go into this tongue twisting triplet flow and then come back out of it and just start, riding the beat, a certain way and then pause and then, to me, that is a form of lyricism. So we gotta make sure we give props to that style as a form of lyricism. Let's do that. Marcus Matthews, you said I appreciate the shout out, man. A lot of people don't know my name, the rap name Al Capone, Scarface Al Capone, all of that could throw some people off in thinking that I'm this gangster rapper. But I always had consciousness in my raps, always, from the beginning. So I was I've always been a mixture of conscious and repping the streets. I always like to balance the two because, repping the streets is, it's all about what's going on. But I always want to say, what got us here and what can we do to not keep falling into the trap. So yes, I always been a conscious / street rapper from the jump. But the name, and I totally get it. My rap name that I chose could throw some people off sometimes. But I'm glad, Marcus Matthews, thank you for recognizing, understanding that's the type of rapper I always been. And I never fell into the trap of feeling like I gotta just be this gangster rapper just because of the name. I never fell into that trap and never will. A lot of times I try to distance myself from the name because I'm like, man, these folks, they trying to put me in this box, man, and I'm not that. And it's partly my fault. And that's going to be discussed later because I really want to talk about, who I am as a rapper and how my name had a level of contradiction. All right, so let me keep it going. The Rock Just Rock, you said a lot of female rappers paid the way too for the young ones. Roxanne Shante, Lola Gangsta Boo, MC Light, Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah. Shout out to the female MCs. I'm glad you put that out there. Shout out to the female MCs that was doing it just as well as the guys. Good look for that. Let's see, a young generation made it more about beefing and drilling, and it removed the making easy money and made it about going to get it by any means instead of it being about making money. That's a good point, man. I like that. In real life, that's a good point, man. The beefing and the drilling kind of overtook, just trying to get some money and, trying to figure it out. That's a good point, man. We can definitely elaborate on that some more. OG Chevy, you said the lifestyle in Memphis is what made music. What makes the South so dominant is because we jammed everything, but Memphis wouldn't be as special a place without its own sound. Thank you, OG Chevy. Appreciate that. That's a dope comment, man. Tristan, you said, no, it was. I just watched it. Dig that. Rock Just Rock, you said Memphis and Long Beach have a lot of similarities in emergence into commercial producing. It started in the streets and house parties, battle rapping on corners. And technically, I would say that would be the case for most of the different scenes around America. It kind of started the same way. Hip-hop started that way in general. So, yeah, great comment. Appreciate that. Kavin, what you said? It's like, man, y'all puppy dog again, Kavin. Hey, Puppy Dog. I'm gonna have to find Puppy Dog, man, because he sure find his way into the chat, man. So we got to find that guy and get and talk to him. I want to know some more. You feel me? Let's see. Triple C said gangster black guy flows and lyrics. Notice it when I put Can It Be in. Yeah. And that goes for, again, the Memphis rappers in general, man. Like I said, lyrical styles is not just about double entendres and complex flows. It could be the style and the way you come. All of that plays a part in it. And a lot of Memphis rappers, in my opinion, do have lyrical styles. It's just not backpack lyrical style. So shout out to Gangsta Black, man. I'm glad you said that. You said Trip. You said it. They what's it? Hold on. A track called "My Click So Thick." Yeah. I want to bump that. I'm gonna bump that John as soon as I get off this John. You feel me? You said Jadakiss was an original lyricist in our age bracket. Yep, Jadakiss is one of them guys. No question about it. And his I think his daddy is from Memphis. For the people that don't know, Jadakiss' daddy is from Memphis. Yes. So he got some Memphis in his blood, man. You hear me? That part. A lot of people probably don't remember, but Gotti was a tongue twister rapper. Yep, he was. In real life, he was a tongue twister rapper in the beginning. Oh, hold up. Dice Domino. Wow, you gonna do Jadakiss like that? Wow. Okay. Hey. I guess you know more than I ain't know that. You just said something I ain't know. Everybody said Jadakiss went to a private school. Okay. Hey, you saying he don't live the raps? You saying he wasn't really in the streets? He didn't really grow up in the hood and the projects? That what you saying? I didn't know that. I don't know. That's what Dice Domino said. I'm not taking that charge. Hella Tunes, you said Innocent in one of my favorite songs. Thank you, man. When I wrote that song, Innocent, I was trying to write a movie in a rap form. So I'm glad you peeped that out. Thank you, Hella Tunes. It locked so many. Let's see. Some of the greats in music was Hey, that's true, though. That's true. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Why it got to be something wrong with that? Just because you went to a private school, what they got to do with, you know what I'm saying? But I do understand but what if you from the hood and you was smart and they put you in private school, but you still from the hood? You can still be from the hood and go to private school. Let's see, street rappers or gangster rapper went to public schools. Dice Domino ain't going. Everybody like, man, y'all ain't talking about nothing. Nadine, you hear me? Going in. K Reno is one of them guys. That you ain't lied one bit. K Reno is one of them guys. And Gangsta Nip, one of the early horrorcore rappers. Yes, sir. Real talk. All right, let's see. This is my YouTube night. All right. Shout out Rachel. What's popping? You want me to do a Mississippi episode? Hey, I look into that. That's good. That's you know what I'm saying. We do. Memphis is connected with Mississippi. You know. So I make that connection. Good idea. I look into that. Somebody said Fly had lyrics for real in real life. What you said? Let's see. Yeah. And matter of fact, you're right. D. Trisnick, Memphis is right there. Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi. So yeah, I'm gonna connect those dots because you're absolutely right. Let's see. I'm getting toward the end, man. We finna wrap this up. Matter of fact, let me get this ready. We getting toward the end because what time is it? All right, I still got a little time. I still got what you call go? I done sit it down and throw it. What I do with it? Man, I did something with my little Kleenex, man. What I done did with it? I might have thrown it away. And then y'all hear that? I done knocked everything down. I done knocked everything down. Trying to get down Kleenex. All right, back to it. We are live. Yeah. All right, okay, back to it. Let's see. About 4 jobs, you said, still irks me that Arkansas never really had Hold on, Arkansas. What's my guy? One drip like this. Damn, what's my guy out of Arkansas? He had that song with Young Dolph. He had this song, and then it's some more rappers out of Arkansas. It's some more rappers out of Arkansas. Shout them out. Dice Domino, I'm scared to read your comment. Oh, I think you finna get on them again. Ooh, man. Dice Domino ain't letting Jadakiss get him. He ain't. He got some, but his dad from Memphis though. Okay. Dice Domino, we gotta chop it up, man. Cause man, you ain't playing no games. You is dead serious. You ain't letting my guy get a pass at all. Let's see. Let me see something else that y'all, there y'all go, boy. Y'all, Jadakiss has become a part of the chat right now. Let's see. I'm just trying to go through, make sure I ain't forgetting that. Yeah, Freddie. Trap Boy. Is it Trap Boy Freddie? Trap Boy Freddie, that's his name? If I remember right. But yeah, he had that song with Young Dog. That John Gold. That was a hard one. Let's see. I think we good. All right, I think I'm caught up on the chats. Y'all probably gonna slip some more in. But listen, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me and getting this good Memphis rap history. I appreciate y'all in the chats. Let me know how you feel, what you think. All comments are great comments and something to think about, very thought-provoking. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Bankroll Freddie. In real, thank you, sir. That's show his name. Bankroll Freddie out of Arkansas, man. Shout him out. You said, did Isaac Hayes really... D. Triznick said, did Isaac Hayes really design those red and white Memphis Sounds uniforms? I have no idea. None. I have no idea. We got to ask somebody about that because I do not know. I did. But yeah, Trap Boy Freddy from, not Trap Boy Freddy, Bankroll. Hold on. Is it Trap Boy Freddy or Bankroll Freddy? Because I know it's a Bankroll Fresh out of ATL that passed, Bankroll Fresh. But yeah, the Freddie guy is from Arkansas, point blank. Y'all crazy as hell, man. Y'all too crazy. But listen, man, much love. Thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with me, man, repping this good Memphis rap history. Hope y'all understood a lot of stuff that I was trying to speak about and talk about when it comes to Memphis rap, lyrical rap, and why it became why the dominant sound didn't become super lyrical rappers or super conscious rappers, because it could have easily went that way, but it didn't. And I hope I gave you a good idea of why I think it didn't go that way. But tell me why you didn't think it go that way. Why do you think it didn't go that way? Or tell me some of the lyrical rappers that y'all feel like represent Memphis in a real where, when you listen to them, you're like, man, those some dope. Not only they are dope lyrics, the style, the way they rapping it, man, is just dope as hell. Like Tupac was a passionate rapper, dope lyricist, very dope, passionate lyricist. Where Biggie was all about wordplay, and he was dope too. In my opinion, one is not better than the other. And again, the average everyday person, and for the most part, don't give a damn about all the deepness. They just want to be able to bump to the beat, chant to the hook, and at least understand what the hell you talking about. That's really what it comes down to with a lot of people. So yeah, there we go. You said, okay. You said, am I performing live? When I will post the next show I got. Well, actually, the next show I got coming up is in Nashville, and then I'll post more about that. That's the next show that I got coming up. I had some stuff coming in Memphis, but I might hold off on it for a minute because I want to. I perform with a live band, So we had to prepare, rehearse, and make sure give y'all a good live show. So Nashville, the next thing. In real life, man, you said we don't promote lyrics and conscience, just streets, and it's holding us back at this point. Hey, that's a good point. I can't argue with your point, sir. Not at all. I can't argue with that point. I can't argue with it, man. We need a balance. I would say that. I say you need all of it, but it shouldn't be all of one thing. Like, it shouldn't just be straight conscious rap, because if it's that, then you're almost like you're neglecting, the reality of the streets. We need a balance. I do feel strongly about that. We gotta have balance, man. You need all of it, but it shouldn't be one dominant, in my opinion. We need a balance. That's how I feel about it. And there we go. And on that note, I'm gonna end it right there. I'm about this junk. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Let me get this intro / where'd I go? I'm losing myself. Let me get my intro / outro ready to go, and we gonna rock up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Al Capone, Al Capiz, old boy, Memphis rap history. Yeah, hey. It's Al Capone, Al Capiz, old boy. Rock with me, man. Rock with me. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Class dismissed. Big Memphis. See y'all next week, man.